Happy New Year, ladies and gentlemen. This is Abdullah from Freedom for All. In this video, I'll try to discuss some aspects of attention. The word attention is very common everywhere, especially in psychology. In simple definition, attention is the behavior a person uses to focus the senses from sight to hearing and even smell or touch or even taste. So attention is these physical senses in action. So what are these physical senses? Smell, sight, taste, touch, and sound. I mentioned physical senses here because Neville in many of his books and lectures talked about these senses. Also, scriptures have words related to five senses. Neville talked about two major types of attention, subjective attention and objective attention. Subjective attention means only you are the subject that impacts the burning desire in your imagination. Objective attention, on the other hand, means you manifest it to become the objectified result of what you subjectively desired to be. Neville said, there is an enormous difference between attention directed objectively and attention directed subjectively, and the capacity to change your future depends on the latter. When you are able to control the movements of your attention in the subjective world, you can modify or alter your life as you please. But this control cannot be achieved if you allow your attention to be attracted constantly from without. The subjective world is the world within you. You can control the movement of your attention in subjective world only if you do not let the objective world or the 3D world distract you. The opposite of attention in human psychology is distraction. Attention to information that is not desired or not important to you is distraction. So, in the world around you or in the 3D world, you may have experienced limitations or obstacles to achieve the desired end, but your task is to take your attention away from your limitations so that you are not distracted. Neville said, take your attention away from the problem and the multitude of reasons why you cannot achieve your ideal. Concentrate your attention entirely upon the thing desired. You rise to a higher level of consciousness by taking your attention away from your present limitations and placing it upon that which you desire to be. So it's important to know what to accept and what not to accept. Speaking about that, Rumi said, the art of knowing is knowing what to ignore. If you know what things to ignore, it becomes so easy to live in abundance, to live in fulfillment, and to live in peace. Mastering the attention is important because with the internal application of attention, anything is possible. Neville said, imagination is able to do anything, but only according to the internal direction of your attention. Your attention must be developed, controlled, and concentrated in order to change the concept of yourself successfully and thereby change your future. So here he suggests to imagine with a well-developed, well-directed attention so that your self-concept changes, and apparently that changes the future you experience. Neville also said, the great secret is a controlled imagination and a well-sustained attention firmly and repeatedly focused on the object to be accomplished. So having a well-sustained attention with the controlled imagined act is a great secret according to Neville. When the attention is self-mastered, very easily you can repeatedly imagine or focus on the desired end, which makes you persistent in your imagined act. Now I'm going to share some techniques or some daily practices given by Neville Goddard to control and master the movement of attention. Neville said, night after night, just before you drift off to sleep, strive to hold your attention on the activities of the day in reverse order. Focus your attention on the last thing you did, that is getting into bed, and then move it backward in time over the events until you reach the first event of the day, getting out of bed. This is no easy exercise, but just as specific exercises greatly help in developing specific muscles, this will greatly help in developing the muscle of your attention. So before sleeping, just place your attention on all the activities you did in the whole day. Start with the most recent one and end with the first one. This is no easy thing according to Neville, but it can be a great exercise for your attention to be developed. While this is an exercise you can practice every day before sleeping, you can also master to be attentive, being relaxed any time of the day. While going through the journey of life, it's impossible not to be attentive when we are awake. But naturally, when we are attentive in the 3D world, we keep worrying about the outcomes. Neville Goddard gave a formula to be attentive without worrying and named it contention. He said, attention is tension toward an end, and relaxation is just the opposite. Here are two completely opposite ideas that you must blend until you learn through practice how to be attentive but not tense. The word contention means attention minus effort. In the state of contention, you are held by the idea without tension. So this is something to practice. Just try to remain relaxed and place the attention to the desired end. Make sure while you are practicing, you are not tensed or you are not giving efforts. Placing your attention to your desired end is supposed to be an effortless practice. Where you place your attention to reflects the state you are occupying from, and apparently that creates your experiences. Speaking about that, Dr. Joseph Murphy said, whatever you give attention to will grow, magnify, and multiply in your experience. One final aspect of attention, which could even be another daily practice, is to place the attention to your true self, your infinite consciousness. Speaking about that, Neville said, you pay attention to the headlines tomorrow morning. You pay attention to something else tomorrow. Are you paying any attention to I am? I am is your true existence. If you know that the truest self of you is your infinite imagination, should you not pay attention to that at least once a day? I can tell you, if you pay attention to your true self, it won't be difficult for you to master your attention in the objective world or 3D world. To conclude my presentation, I would leave this question for you. Are you paying attention to I am?